Hey everybody, it's Martha. Welcome back to day 3 of the 100-day project. And if you've watched the other 2 videos, you'll know that I am working on hearts. Yep, 100 hearts. I had somebody ask me on Facebook, what are you going to do with 100 hearts? I said, there's all sorts of things you can do with 100 hearts. You can give them away, you can use them as patches, you can put them on pouches and bags and purses and jeans and shirts and all kinds of things. I mean, and they're hearts. I mean, you know, hearts. So what I do was I decided that I would start marking in pencil on the back so that, because I know I'm going to mess up the order because, you know, I'm me. So as you see, I did a little prep. I am going to use one piece of fabric today, and this fabric is already printed on, and I really like it. I tried to make a shirt out of it, and non-stretchy fabric does not work on my body very well. Let's just put it that way. So I did a little pre-prepping because I decided that it would probably be better, and this way I can just get started right away with stitching. And I thought that it might take me a while, so I may, you know, shut you off or edit out part of the video if it becomes too long. I don't want these to be really long and drawn out videos and boring, so ouch. Hope everyone is well today. I did put my camera arm back on the table, so I am trying, please tell me I didn't mess it up already. I am trying to not put my arms on the table, which is really hard on my shoulders, but you know, until I figure out a different setup, I think that I'm just going to have to do this. The whole arm on the tray table was okay, but the table still jiggles. So, I mean, what's the difference if the camera arm is on it or not, right? So, now I don't know what I'm going to do with the petals. A daisy stitch wouldn't work. So I guess I'm just gonna, now this thread, even though it's the fine thread, if it were embroidery floss, I'd probably only be using 3 strands and a much smaller needle. And I probably should have tested this first. But anywho's, we're gonna go with this. The needle is really big, and I don't want it to be complicated. This is different than I've been doing. As you know, I've just been doing like I think it's considered like Shishiko style. That's what this one and this one and this one are, I believe, with just the running stitches. Or Boro. One is mending, one is a type of stitch that uses mending, I think. I don't know. I keep looking it up. I keep getting it wrong. So I'm sure if you know better, then that's a good thing. But this is the other thing I like to do, is to take a fabric that already has a pattern on it and fill it in with stitches. And it just happens to be something I like to do. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do it with this fabric and make a purple heart. So I think I asked if you are all well. I hope so. Oh, Martha. Okay, that pin's got to go. Just keep catching on it. And we are well here. Yesterday, it actually went up to 83 degrees. I'm in Virginia. It's February still. You know, I mean, it's not unusual for us to have some warm days, but oh my goodness, it was warm. And we did not turn on the air conditioner. I wanted to. But with the wind, man, I'm having some issues. With the windows open, the sliding doors open in 2 rooms, and the ceiling fans going in a couple of rooms. It stayed cool enough. I had to close the drapes here in the bedroom because in the summer, with the sun coming through, this room becomes like the hottest room in the house. And it's funny because there's another room on the other end of the house, and it doesn't get the sun in the same direction, but it's got a window on the back of it, and it's always cold in there. Well, not always, but in the winter, the fall and winter and spring, it's like, we call it the second refrigerator, the walk-in refrigerator. So, oh yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting, but today it's a little different. It's about 60-ish, and it was sunny this morning, so this room is still warm because I had the curtains open this morning while we were gone. We went to go see our horse, and if I don't take up too much time in this video, which I have a feeling I am because this is not as quick a process as just straight stitches. I took a little bit of video of Blue, and I can show him to you. He is such a sweet boy. He's the best horse ever. He's like a big puppy. And he's getting older. He's 19 this year. And so far, doing well. Oh, come on. I don't want it on those sides. That's fine. Not sweating the small stuff, right? No sweating the small stuff. So a couple of you said you might join in, and that just absolutely thrills me. It's just fun and relaxing, and community is everything, isn't it? So if you get to join in and sit and stitch, I mean, you don't have to watch me, that's for sure. I'm not even that interesting to listen to. So, you know, just turn me on so I get the views. Oh, Martha, I knew that was going to happen. It's not the way you're supposed to do it. Do it right. Do a back stitch. I get chintzy about my thread and stuff I use, but I shouldn't. It's not the way to treat the stuff you have. You're lucky to have the stuff you have, and you should use it. And that opens up the ability to get other stuff that you might like to get. So I don't plan on outlining absolutely everything here. I think this flower, this butterfly, maybe this flower, then I'm going to go around the edges. Maybe these leaves too. But you know, fun stuff. So yeah, we went out to see Blue. We didn't go till a little later than we usually go. And we brush him, and I clean his feet, and he eats an apple and a carrot that we bring for him. And then because it's been warm and the days are getting longer, he's starting to shed. Nothing like horsehair and mud. I had to peel quite a bit of mud off of him, off his feet and his legs and his hooves. So we've had some rain. Now tomorrow, so yesterday was 83. Today is 63. Tomorrow's going to be a high of 49. With some snow showers and rain showers in the morning and rain in the afternoon. Which is why we went out today. Because if we were to go out, we wouldn't go tomorrow, but if we went Sunday, it'd be a muddy mess, and the fields would be a muddy mess, and everything would be a muddy mess, and it's no fun to walk around out there when it's like that. So, you know. Let's see what happens if I do one long stitch. That works for me. So, it's a really pretty ride out there and a really pretty ride back. We're very rural here where we are in Virginia. And, it's a pretty area. When we drive out there, we can see the Shenandoah Mountains. And so those are always very pretty. The Blue Ridge and the Shenandoah. Actually, I think the Blue Ridge are on the other side of the Shenandoah Mountains. I think the Shenandoah Valley, my geography is terrible, but I think the Shenandoah Valley is has the Blue Ridge on one side, the west side, and the Shenandoah on the east side. But I could be wrong. And I've only lived in Virginia since 1989, so I should know. I haven't lived out here all that long, since 1989, but long enough that I should know better. And I did look it up one time, but then, you know, I've forgotten since then. Because can't remember nothing anymore. So, yep. And then we'll have a couple, I think, let's see. So, tomorrow's supposed to be 40 and cold and wet. Sunday is supposed to be 60 again. Monday, I think, is supposed to be wet and warm. It's just insane, this weather. And the people like out west that have gotten, like California and Oregon and places that aren't used to getting the amount of snow they got in the last couple of days. Ay, ay, ay. What a mess that is. So, I mean, there are advantages and or likes and dislikes, or advantages and disadvantages to living in Virginia. Typically, pretty mild winters. Although, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, maybe it was longer than that. I think it was 7 or 8 years ago. We had one snowstorm after another, after another, after another, after another, between January and February. We had, like, altogether, I think we accumulated, I mean, some of it melted down a little bit in between, but I think we had maybe 8 or 9 feet of snow altogether. That was unusual for this area. It was kind of cool. I mean, I grew up in Rochester, so New York. So, you know, snow belt. But my parents grew up in Maine, so that didn't bother them. I wish I'd grown up in Maine. But alas, everyone in my family was born in Maine, except me. I'm the only non-maniac from my family. But it's a beautiful state, and I love it. Just can't afford to live there. Ow. Not a retirement-friendly place unless you made a lot of money in your life. Oh, the golfers are out again. So, have you guys started on anything? Are you working on a 100-day project? Or are you working on Roxy's challenge? Rachel and Sarah's challenge, Down the Garden Path. I've seen some beautiful stuff from people that are doing that challenge. And I'm envious that people can come up with that kind of stuff. Ow! Oh, that hurt. I poked my finger. I poked it. Uh-oh. No knots today. I'm going to open my curtain. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm really warm. Sorry about that. Sliding door. I opened that a little bit too. Okay, let's do this little bit here. Curves are the hardest thing for me. I don't like the look of broken up stitches like this. I don't like that. But I think back stitching is one way to get around that looking quite so chopped up. And I'm cheap, like I said. All these little red bits are coming in here. I don't know from where. So I don't always do it that way, and then it doesn't look very nice. So, oopsies, sorry. I have to move the wire. I caught my pinky on it. Because I'm very wild with my hands and arms. Okay. All right, Martha. Going round the curve. Yeah, the sun was out this morning, but now the clouds are moving in. Probably bringing the front. It's carrying that weather that's supposed to come tomorrow. And it was windy this morning. Holy cow. We were driving. We have a small car. We have a little Ford Escape. And that thing was... I mean... I know the big vehicles have a hard time in wind, but hoy! We could just feel it pushing us sideways sometimes. But that's died down a lot. So I think that's also part of whatever's coming in weather-wise tonight and tomorrow. Be a good day to hunker down and sew all day tomorrow and stitch and do fun stuff like that. Snuggle on the couch, watch Hallmark movies. So some of my favorite shows that we've been watching, but a couple of them have, the season is over already. They only do 6 or 7 shows and then sometimes 8. And then the season's over. It really stinks. I hate that. But anyway, we watch All Creatures Great and Small. Really like that show. I had read all the books a long time ago. And I really like it. But that season ended. That's on PBS. And then Tony got me watching a show called Grantchester. That was good. I don't know what that's on. Is that on PBS as well? I don't know. He chooses them all, so I have no idea. All right, and tie this off because everything else is on the far side of the piece of fabric. And go through that stitch. Go through that stitch and then cut it. The crows are out again. Okay, I'm going to do the butterfly. And then we're 20 minutes in, so I don't know how much. I may shut the camera off, do some more, and then turn the camera back on. Or you guys can speed it up, you know. If you're watching on a tablet or a computer or a phone, you know you can speed up the video. I mean, I find 1.25, unless somebody's speaking really slowly, which I guess I don't speak too fast when I'm talking to you all. Sometimes you can speed people up to 1.5. Anything above that, kind of, you end up... And I don't think you're here to watch me, because, you know, you don't have to watch what's going on here. Maybe, oh, that did not. I'm going to make sure that goes through there. That's right on that very edge there, so I want to make sure it gets through the back. Very close. Ow. Bent my hand and I got a cramp in the back of it. Right along here. I drink a ton of water, but we filter our water. And I keep hearing through like TikToks and stuff like that, that filtered water, you're filtering all the minerals out of it. So therefore you're not getting enough minerals. But I use a mineralized salt. I use Celtic salt and Himalayan sea salt. And my food, and I make vegetable soup, and I eat some of that every day. And so I think I get enough, but I don't know, maybe not. Who knows? I made a faux tuna or chicken sandwich, depending on what you want to believe it's fake of. I prefer chicken. I was never a big fan of tuna anyway. Today for lunch with chickpeas and avocado and some olive oil and some onion powder and some Himalayan sea salt. And that was yummy. I put that on a homemade flour tortilla. And had some of my homemade vegetable soup. It was a very filling lunch. When I get done here, I'm going to have some tea. I already made the tea. I like my tea to cool off quite a lot. In fact, on warmer days, I like my tea cold. But because I've become a fanatic about plastics and all that stuff, you know, the ice cube makers, like, I don't think it's the cleanest thing in the world, the one that's in the refrigerator. And I don't trust the filters that filter the water that are in the refrigerator, so I prefer not to put ice like that in there. So it's out there cooling off. Probably sacrilege to any of you from the great countries that are tea drinkers, like Ireland and Britain and UK and Australia and all you lovely countries over there. But I'm sorry. I apologize. I know it's sacrilegious, whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean. Boy, the crows are really going at it. I don't know if you can hear that. having a party over there. I don't know if something's upsetting them. Might be a hawk. I won't tell you the sad tale of a hawk that came to our backyard because he stole one of the other animals and took it away with him. That was, I won't go into gory detail. It was hard to watch, but you know, it's the circle of life. So, come on. I did iron this fabric, by the way. So, this one was not as wrinkled as some, but I did try ironing it first. Can't get all the wrinkles out because it's a very stiff, sturdy, I'll say, fabric. Come on. Thank you. Well, that's not very straight, Martha. Okay, I think I'm going to turn the camera off, finish this butterfly, and I'll come back. I am back. I've done the butterfly. I have to do the antennae, antennas. And I'm going to do a pistol stitch for that. And another one here. So the crows have stopped, but there's a woodpecker that sounds like it must weigh 300 pounds banging on a tree out there. Although now he seems to have stopped, he or she, it, they. And the house next door is for sale. And there's a real estate agent and a guy out there talking, or there was. The guy was talking about taking down the trees. You can't just take down trees around here. You have to have approval, and the trees have to be dead. Deemed dead and not standing up to what's going on around it. Okay, I think before I do anything else, I am going to go around the edge, and I will probably do this stem here and these leaves and maybe something here, I don't know. Might do this flower, but the edge stitching is going to get in the way of that. I could do the flower and not stitch around there, but then it'll look weird. So I think I'm just going to go around the edge for now, and if I finish this up later, I don't know if you can hear that woodpecker. It's so loud. It's echoing. If I finish this up later and do anything else to it, then it'll be like the others where I embellish it more later on. But if I had kept you, I think at least 25 minutes went by in the time that I was working on that butterfly. And I was sitting right here working on it, except for the few minutes that I got up to eavesdrop on what was going on next door with the house for sale. Yeah. It's always interesting hearing people talk about, you know, a house. I find it extremely interesting to listen in and hear the questions they ask, or the things they notice or don't notice, and stuff like that. Boy, I was going along just fine till I messed that all up, didn't I? Let's try that again. Come on. What time is it? Oh my goodness, it's after 3 o'clock already. This day is flown by. Nothing wrong with that. The evenings, oh my goodness. I get so bored in the evenings. We just sit and watch TV and it's like boring. I'm always on either stitching or I'm on my iPad playing a word search game, or I am looking at Pinterest and gathering more ideas. Ay, ay, ay. I started another stitch project last night. Or I guess yesterday afternoon. And that's it right there. It's grass and stems, kind of like the one that's on the pouch. There's 2 of those. I'm just working on the one so far. And they are going on a zipper pouch. So, yep. It's going to be another flower scene. That really hurt. Oh my gosh. I didn't stab my finger once. I stabbed it 3 times. Oh, the crows are back. It'll be interesting to see who buys the house next door. There was a couple, I think they're a few years older than us. We're going to be 67 this year. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. 3 years away from 70. How the heck? I mean, I'm glad I made it this far. There was a time I didn't think I was going to. But it's interesting to see who's going to move in. It's not a senior neighborhood, so anybody can move in, which is, I don't know, the older I get, I'm tired of hearing the school buses flying by and kids riding in our driveway too close to our vehicles, and I become an old cranky lady, I guess. So this is going to run into the stitching I already did, so I think what I'm going to do is double stitch that. I'm going to skip over here. That is really close. I am trying to make it so that that'll work. This one I did not use the pinking shears on. I just cut it with the small scissors, little embroidery scissors, for a straight edge, and then I will go around and trim it again after I'm done. Yeah, getting new neighbors is always a little bit tricky. Oops. I mean, it's good to have younger people around if you run into trouble with something and you need help, like lifting something heavy that you can't lift or something like that. But, you know, there's also people running up and down the road with mufflers that are beyond excessively noisy. And school buses flying up and down the road all the time. And the speed limit's 25, but those school buses, they don't pay any mind to it. They just haul by. So, if and when we can, I'm hoping to move to a 55 plus. Can I sneak by this in the back? I'm going to tie this off because it's getting short. And I'm not playing thread chicken. I got a whole big, huge ball of this thread. No reason to play thread chicken, right? Sorry to make you sit through another, oops, me threading. Ooh, come on. Those little, I love these little scissors, but I think I've ruined them by cutting fabric with them. They don't cut thread so well anymore. It doesn't take much to ruin scissors. So, let's see. Come on, Martha. You can do this. Got it. Yay. Okay. So comment below. Let me know what you're working on, because I want to know. Share, share, share. Oh my goodness. Speaking of school buses, one just went rumbling by. I think I'm going to be very sore tomorrow. I was brushing blue and I was bending over and lifting his very heavy, lazy legs. He's a good boy, but he has never helped when it comes to picking up his feet. You'll pick him up a couple inches off the ground and that's it. You got to do the rest of the lifting. And between my shoulders and my knee and my back, I'm wondering if tomorrow's going to be a sit on the heating pad kind of day for me during the cold and rainy and nasty weather. But that's okay, if that's what I have to do. It ain't easy getting old sometimes. Some people age a lot more gracefully than I am. And I was always really flexible and pretty active. I mean, I'm not a runner or, I don't go to the gym. I've gone to the gym in the past, off and on through my life. I hate that kind of exercise. I'd rather be doing something like taking care of the horse and getting exercise that way. But anyway, oh, hello. But I've always had a lot of joint trouble and problems with bone spurs and problems with tendons. And I mean, a couple doctors told me, you're only 40. Why are you struggling with this so much already? I don't know. My body's aging before the rest of me. I don't know. So, and I want to thank you to the person that commented about the knee surgery. It gives me hope. I am not looking forward to my appointment coming up, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what he says, how quickly he can get me in. We're supposed to go on a camping trip in May. I really want to do this camping trip. It's local. It's not that far away. It's in the state of Virginia. So there's no reason I wouldn't be able to do it unless I really am miserable in pain. But that would depend on when he can do the surgery. Like if he could do it in the middle of March, by the middle of May, hopefully I'd be okay enough to at least go on this camping trip, climb in and out of our RV. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so that's that. I am going to end this video here. I may stick a little video of blue at the end, or a picture. I took a couple pictures, couple videos, and we'll see. Just show him off to you. All right, those are not working at all in this. Get the little Sharpies out. Oh, there go the crows again. So, yeah, I'm going to end this, and Then if I do any more, I will show you when I do day number 4 and show you what I have improved upon or continued to do. But I don't want these videos to become so boring that you don't even turn them on anymore. You know, that's not what I want. I want you to enjoy them and stitch along with me. So I think I'm going to do this, and I'll probably do this flower here. And I may take this leaf and connect it up. Well, that's a butterfly, not a flower. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'll probably at least do that and this, just so that the stitching is evened out. But anyway, there it is. That's the part I got done. And thank you again for joining me. I love you all. Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a great, great, great weekend if you're watching this when I post it, and if, you know, or a great day or a great week. Great rest of 2023. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye.